Well done, you found one of the 3 V codes in the film. This is giving you access to a little look at shooting the lightsaber scene. So it's a bit of behind the scenes footage of how we shot the scene, and maybe with a bit of my commentary waffling on top of it. So this was a scene that I was very much looking forward to shooting. I mean, you know, you shoot a Star Wars film, you have to include a lightsaber scene. You know, I'm as much of a fan as anyone. If I saw a Star Wars fan film that didn't have a lightsaber in it, I think I'd be disappointed. So a couple of things. In the original draft, she didn't have the Force. So that shot of her reaching out and the lightsaber coming to it was actually my exec producer, Gary Cowan's idea. On the page, I actually thought it would be one step too far. I mean, you know, you've seen the film, so you can kind of see how big and far-fetched the film is anyway. But I don't know, I just on the page, it kind of felt a bit forced, so I left it out. But then actually, when you think about it, if Ellie is George Lucas's mum, it means George Lucas has the Force. So I kind of like the idea of that anyway. To do that, we did it practically. So it was all fishing wire, and it got pulled into her hand in camera, and we just painted the fishing wires out. What was fun actually was it was kind of rigged on different wires. And I kind of walked over, because what I usually do when I block a scene, I kind of put myself in the actor's shoes before they get on set, and I kind of walk through the motions and kind of figure out the choreography myself to sort of see how it feels to be in their shoes, see what inspires. So I kind of walked over the Jeep and I kind of put my hand out to practice the bit where Ellie grabs the lightsaber, and it literally like flew into my hand because I didn't know it was like properly rigged, and I was like a 6-year-old boy. Like it was just I laughed. I was so happy. For a split second I thought I had the Force, and it was really fun. In terms of the choreography, firstly, I've hopefully answered any Reddit message boards about, you know, gun versus lightsaber, because here you go, have that, lightsabers win. And I wanted to deflect a few shots because obviously Seth is very close to her. But I wanted the Jedi kind of reflexes to be almost instinctive. So for me, it was really important that she didn't just come across as badass, like she just suddenly picked up the lightsaber and started flipping around the place. It almost needed to feel as much a surprise to her as it is for the audience. So you get that nice moment where she takes out the guy's arm. Of course, you've got to chop off an arm in Star Wars. I mean, you know, it's Star Wars. And then you get that moment where she looks at the lightsaber and then looks to Seth, and it's kind of a, holy crap, like, how did I do that? But obviously then he's about to fire at her, so what else you do is, you know, try and deflect it. So it's a quick and fun scene that hopefully takes people by surprise, and I think it worked out really well. And hats off to Marie, who played Ellie, for really pulling off that scene. I mean, who doesn't want to see a pregnant Jedi fight a bad guy and win against a handgun? I mean, you know, that's what movies are for. And the VFX, I mean, I really wanted to make the moment special. So we shot the sandstorm practically, which looks really cool, but obviously is quite difficult because it gets in everyone's eyes and mouths, and, you know, after every take, as soon as you yell cut, all the actors would be like, like wiping sand out of their eyes. Because, you know, it's quite uncomfortable. And obviously the cameras, the dust gets everywhere. So, but I think it was well worth doing it in camera. Basically, we just set up a huge fan and had some very fine dust and blew it through the scene. And I really love what visual effects did to make the lightsabers kind of interact, the lightsaber blade interact with the sand. It really kind of beds it in and gives it a really cool feel. I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't found them already, there's 2 other codes to find in the film to access more content like this.